Alright, so this should be a fun video and not the fact that I'm reviewing a bunch of figures that I don't really care much about, or an Infinity Gauntlet that I probably got $50 cheaper than you. Yeah, I've had enough. I'm done. Every time this stuff goes on clearance, I see you guys on Instagram posting that you got a good deal on something, and I'm sitting over here thinking about all the money that I could have saved if I would have waited a few months to get it, and now I'm finally outside looking in. This thing was like $100. One of my friends was like, "You gonna pick it up? It's $100. It's amazing," and it is, and it's totally worth $100. I go, "No, I'll get it on clearance." He's like, "Oh, it's not gonna go on clearance." I go, "Everything goes on clearance. It'll go on clearance." Amazon, $47 Cyber Monday. Yeah, it went on clearance. Let's take a quick look at this. I'm not really gonna show you much because you guys probably either own one. You probably already own one. Hopefully you didn't spend $100 on it. Hopefully you got it for $47 on Cyber Monday. You reach inside, there's a bunch of little hoops in there, and then you pull these little rings, and the rings, I'm not saying I'm weak, but the rings you have to pull pretty hard. I could probably put my wife's hand in there, or my kid's hand definitely won't be fit in there. I don't even know if they could pull these rings, but you can do like pretty much any finger at a time. You can also squeeze them all, push this lever down, and then lock it down as a fist, and then the lights will turn off automatic. For $47, that thing's a steal. For $100, it's still a good deal, but why pay it if you don't have to? We spend too much money on this stuff. It's time to flip the script on these guys and start taking advantage of some of these clearance sales. Then we have a toy that I said I wasn't going to buy, and I bought it anyways. For one, mostly because I'm stupid, and two, there wasn't really anything else to buy at San Diego Comic-Con this year, so I said, screw it, I'm going to get it. Why not? I don't know if they're ever going to make the rest of the Netflix characters, so I'm going to pick it up. So it's basically a big box of junk with a bunch of repainted figures that you already have, and you get 2 new characters that you didn't have. So I think you pay like $100 to $30 for 2 characters, and that really sucks. And the reason why I didn't review this is because I was waiting to get this. And the reason why it took me so long to get this is because this thing is $40. Once again, it's a toy that I basically kind of wanted just to complete my collection, but I wasn't real stoked about it. The reason why I'm not real stoked about this, and you guys are going to be really torn on this, and feel free to beat me up on the comics because I will defend myself. These Netflix shows, when Daredevil Season 1 first came out, we were so excited to get a Netflix Daredevil show that we all said it was amazing, even though we really didn't even get Daredevil until the last episode. Then we got Jessica Jones, and I was still on board. I was like, oh my god, it's Jessica Jones versus Purple Man. But Purple Man wasn't even purple, so was he Purple Man? That sucked, but I still pretended like I liked it because I was so on Netflix nuts, really stoked that we were kind of getting Marvel movie Netflix series. I was so stoked that I didn't want to hate on it. I was just so busy trying to love on it. Then we got like Punisher. I actually kind of liked Punisher when we actually got Punisher. But first we got Punisher in Daredevil Season 2. Daredevil Season 2 I actually really enjoyed. And I still think that Daredevil Season 2 was good because we got Daredevil in it. We didn't get Vigilante Daredevil. We got Daredevil. If you're going to make these Netflix shows, give me the villain as he is in the comic book, or don't give me this show. Don't give me Luke Cage, give me Power Man. Don't give me Jessica Jones in some leather jacket. Give me Jessica Jones in her tights. Don't give me Punisher, but then he's not really Punisher until the last episode when he puts the skull on. Iron Fist is a freaking joke. So you guys are screaming on Instagram that they're canceling these Netflix shows left or right. And I could not be more happy. Because Luke Cage, I watched the first one, the second one, which I thought sucked. I I tried to watch the second one. I couldn't get into it. I thought it sucked. Jessica Jones, the second series, I tried to watch it. Couldn't do it. It sucked. Iron Fist couldn't do it. That sucked. The Defenders also I thought kind of sucked because it was just too watered down for me. I want more superhero in my superhero shows. If I wanted to watch a soap opera, I would go there. I want to watch superheroes. So when they started making these figures, I was really excited because I was just excited to get something new. And then I had to realize that these shows really aren't that good, and I was already halfway into getting these figures, and I wanted to complete the set. Then Mezco, and I hate to throw them out here again, considering I've been throwing them under the bus every day. Mezco did the Vigilante figure, which was a figure that I kind of really wanted, but I knew I probably shouldn't get because it was $80. Well, they made him a Mezco exclusive. Of course, I didn't get one because I have this thing called a job, and I can't waste my morning trying to buy one of those things from their little shitty website. So by the time I get home, it's sold out, and I'm like, cool, here's how I'm going to repay you guys. Because you made that thing so difficult to get, and I couldn't get one, I'm going to cancel my order with the Mezco Daredevil, and I'm also going to cancel my order with the Mezco Punisher, because if I can't have all three of them, then guess what, guys? I don't need any of them, and the Netflix show sucks. Anyways, let's check these out. Alright, so I normally don't do packages, but packages aren't normally this cool. The package is actually cooler than the toy, so I'm going to go ahead and show it to you before I end up throwing this thing in the trash right behind me. You can take that big sleeve off. I'm sure that looked like crap on this camera because it's so close to the camera. I'm not even sure how to open it. Okay, then it's got a big window on this side, and if you look inside, which I will go over it one at a time, you got Jessica Jones sitting in there. We'll do a side-by-side with the Jessica Jones you already have, except for this time they got cheap and didn't give her a jacket or a scarf, which a scarf kind of would have been cool, but they didn't feel like it, or a bottle of booze or something. So you got this figure. And then you have Daredevil, which you have that Daredevil, the unmasked Daredevil right over there, which I guess that's kind of cool because I did want an unmasked version anyways, and if they would have made it unmasked, my dumbass probably would have bought two anyways. And then you have Power Man right here. You get Power Man in a red shirt, which you don't want because that's stupid because he's supposed to have a yellow shirt. If they would have put him in a black shirt, I would have actually almost kind of wanted that toy. That didn't happen, so that kind of sucks. So now basically if you're sitting here looking at this thing, you spent $100. I'm trying to get the camera if you can actually see it. I think this thing was like $135. Now you look at it and you basically got not Power Man, like some weird nerdy office dude with one glow-up fist, not two glow-up fists, that never wears the Power Iron Fist. Sorry, I'm getting confused. The Iron Fist costume. You get the Danny Rand in the stupid suit, which that figure sucks. So basically, you spent $135 for that figure, which you didn't really want. You wanted Iron Fist, but we never got him. And then you got his girlfriend over here, and I can't even remember her name because it's like, who really cares? I think she's supposed to be like the white something in the white costume. I'm not sure, but I should probably do some research before I do this video. But this show is just, God, I couldn't imagine researching anything on this crappy show. So you spent $135 for two figures that you needed in your collection if you wanted to complete the Netflix series, even though the Netflix series sucks. Let's crack this thing open. Alright, so here they are. Got them all opened up. Added in a few extra figures just so I could round off my Netflix Daredevil and Friends series. I guess Defenders and Friends. It's just kind of everybody. And if you're sitting here looking at this cast, you're going, okay, we're just missing like one. Where is Misty Knight? Like, because she's pretty much the only figure, or Kingpin, or, yeah, probably just those two would be the only figure that I'd actually kind of like in here. We didn't get them. Hopefully, we're not getting them because the show's canceled and we could just be done with this collection and get on with our lives. So all the way down here, we have Elektra, and this is a perfect example of masked and unmasked. Yes, I buy two. One I got on clearance. One I paid full price for. That's my choice. That doesn't bother me. But when you do it to a figure, like they even put it in there, and you're like, well, I already have that figure. If I wanted like two of them, I would have bought two. it just sucks, like when they take a figure, when they could have put a figure in there that we wanted, like Misty Knight or Kingpin, but then they give us Daredevil, which they know we already have a Daredevil. That's what sucks. If I want two, I'll buy two on my own. Don't force me to buy two. And then you have Power Man here, Iron Fist, or Power Man Luke Cage. That's like the second time I did this in one video, so I apologize for that. Luke Cage, I can't even call him Power Man because it's not really Power Man, it's just Luke Cage. This is the one we wanted. They forced us to buy another one in a red shirt, which the red shirt is like the same exact paint as this. But that sucks. I don't understand the red shirt. Then you have his girlfriend, and you got her, and we'll check her out in a second. It's like, wouldn't you rather have Misty Knight than her? I don't know. Then you got Jessica Jones down here. You pretty much already had this figure. You just could have took the jacket off of her, and they got you again. Then you have Danny Rand, which that was just, everything about that was stupid. I didn't even try season 3. I just thought it was a joke. And then you have his girlfriend, and once again, what would you rather have, her or Kingpin? I think I would have rather had Kingpin. So they give you like two characters that you didn't really want, but they give them to you anyway. And then you have the Punisher down here. We've already checked him out. So let's go ahead and start with her. First off, this thing, despite all my hatred towards everything lately, she's actually a really good action figure. The sword is cool. It's probably just Deadpool's sword now that I'm looking at it. And the holster is cool, which is probably just a holster that you already have. And it has that thing that clips, like, that should clip into something, but there's no hole on her back, so it can't clip in anything. They didn't feel like cutting that off. They just left it on. They didn't really paint it. It's just kind of there, but it's still cool. I like how she uses that thing as kind of like a shield, like, and then she uses the sword at the same time. The jumpsuit is cool. I think that this thing is like a one-off sculpt, and it looks amazing. It's actually a really good action figure, and now that I get it open, I'm actually really glad that I have it. The thing looks great. The little sweatsuit's great. The sword's great, even though you got it. The little sneakers are great. She's actually pretty cool. And then you have Danny Rand, which I'm pretty sure this is just Bruce Banner with a different head and different shoes. I didn't check, but I'm just going to go off of, it's Bruce Banner. Come on, guys. I'm pretty sure it is. Once again, I mean, I actually kind of like it. I mean, the show sucked, but the toy itself is actually pretty decent. The sneakers are cool. The one glowing fist is just weird, but I can't blame that on them. I gotta blame that on Netflix. They do have the hand for he can like kind of like power it up or whatever. The head sculpt on this thing, it's okay. I mean, it doesn't look spot on to him. He's got that really dorky curly hair. I didn't like any of these shows. I thought they were just complete garbage. But the action figure is pretty cool. And this thing, you can pop this head off and put anybody's head on this and change the hands out with tons of hands that you have in your drawer. And then you can make like a suited regular clothes version. So he's definitely a good must purchase in your collection. Then you have the Jessica Jones right here. Hopefully you already have this one. I was actually really looking forward to getting this. You know, back when I was trying to convince myself that the shows were good, but I just didn't know better. If you look at sorry about that. The head sculpt on these things, I was thinking that maybe they would be different. I mean, the new one with the flat plastics definitely painted a little bit better. Man, they killed it on that head sculpt. That is really good. So on this figure, it's the figure that you already have minus the jacket. That just kind of sucks. But she looks good. Once again, you could pop the head off. You could put anybody's head on that. I mean, Jessica Jones in regular clothes. She's basically just a regular girl anyways. So this is actually a pretty good purchase, you know, so it's not that horrible. And then you have Luke Cage's girlfriend, which she was a doctor in the show, so she has rubber gloves so she can give everybody an exam, which I'm sure she's going to do in the pictures after, because those rubber gloves are just too good not to use. And this thing, after looking at this is, once again, an amazing action figure. I think they did a great job. I was looking through some of my female figures to see what parts were reused, and I think the majority of this is a brand new action figure, and I actually think they did a really good job on it, and she looks great. The head sculpt is good. The plastic is shiny. That kind of sucks, but other than that, it's really nice. The shirt looks brand new. The stretch pants, I don't know. The ass looks brand new because that's... Just take a moment. Look at that. Like, I don't want to block it with their elbow, but I don't want to perv out on an action figure too long either. But they really did a good job on that. I'm pretty sure the shoes are reused from somebody, probably like Mary Jane or somebody. But for the most part, this looks like a new action figure, and they actually did a really good job. Which sucked really in the show is that she learned how to be like the most amazing ninja in like one episode. She went from a nurse to ninja in one episode. Then they give her Wolverine claws, and God, you just really lost me with that one. And if you don't want her to do an exam on somebody where she grabs her balls and makes them cough and turns her head, then you can put the normal hands on her, which is also pretty cool. And then they give you Mary Jane's purse with her just to make you really think that you got another Mary Jane right here. I don't know, throw that in the accessory door. Who really cares about that? We'll go ahead and look at Luke Cage here. Power Man. God, I wish he was Power Man. I wish he had the cuffs in the movie, the headband, the belt. I wish he was actually like Power Man and not Luke Cage. But he's not. I mean, both of these are brand new to me because I just got this one and I just now opened this one. Once again, they could have given us two totally different heads. One with like a screaming head, a mad head. Then this wouldn't be that bad of a deal. Or if they would have given us one in a black shirt or with a hoodie or something a little different, I would kind of feel like I got my money's worth. This is like just horrible. It's a Luke Cage that you don't want. You can't really change the head out because who are you going to put on a big black buff body? I'm not real sure what the multi-purpose of this one is. I'm just trying to look on the bright side of it. This kind of sucks. This toy is actually really cool. This toy is a complete waste of money. We'll go ahead and check him out. The head sculpt, once again, really good. Man, he is dark, which is cool. I mean, that's cool. It'd suck if they did him like a light brown, but that doesn't really work for me. Then you got the unmasked Daredevil over here. The head sculpt on that, it's pretty good. It's not the best one in the bunch, but it's definitely pretty good. Here's what sucks is like, because you can't really take this head sculpt and put it on a suited body like this, because every time he had a suited body on, he pretty much had glasses on. So if you would have had the glasses on, you could take this head and put it on one of these bodies, maybe throw a cane in the mix, and that would be a really cool version of him, like not in his Daredevil suit. That didn't happen. Instead, we get this head, and if you're going to give me an unmasked head on this body, I want it beat up and battle damaged. That didn't happen. I guess I could go take a red Sharpie and a black Sharpie and mix them up a little bit and make them a little battle damaged. This one kind of sucks because all you're getting is just the unmasked head, but I would have bought two anyways, so is it really that bad? I'm not real sure. I guess that's it. Man, I burned through that pretty quick. I kind of did all my comparisons. I'll do some really cool pictures at the end of the video. And thanks for watching.